is a yoga therapist, and she's actively addresses a wide range of structural, physiological, and psychological challenges in a comprehensive and in-depth manner. Due to the holistic nature of its evaluation methods and of the remedies offered, yoga therapy exceeds at addressing multiple health concerns at the same time. Dayna is a certified yoga therapist with over 1,000 hours of training. She has earned an additional certification as a certified postural neurologist and is currently studying with Chuck Mayers of Coaching the Body, Treating Severe Shoulder Pain. She teaches virtual practices and groups and will soon include personal visits.
We were doing so well.
Each virtual or live meeting takes the client on an ever-evolving path towards a better, stronger, pain-free version of themselves. Dayna and her husband Bill reside in the Hudson Bend area, and her sessions and online courses are all posted at www.yogabydayna.com.
All right, maybe
we'll go ahead and get started. What do y'all think?
Let's go. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so before we start, I want you to all ask yourselves a question. I was on a all weekend seminar training. It was just amazing. But there was one quote that came out that our emotions drive our thoughts. Our thoughts drive our actions. Our actions drive our outcomes. And in this time of crisis, some of us get a little bit fearful, I know I do, and anxious. And so it's very important that we go back to what are emotions telling us, maybe put it down on paper. What are the thoughts in our head saying? And what are those thoughts having us do? And so it's really important that our thoughts don't adversely affect what we're doing in our day. So nutrition, health, fitness, we still have to keep moving. What I love about yoga therapy is that it is keeping us in the present. So it's helping us stay away from all of our thoughts that get a little wacky. Plus, this is all posture centered. This is all about working with whatever issues we might have right now, like if it's back pain or knee pain or hip pain or any of that kind of thing. I'm all about posture. So let's go with that, okay? So I'm going to come back onto my little throne today. One adjustment. You don't need shoes for this. You do. I like to have a block and a strap handy, but if you don't have one, that's okay. So we'll try to do as much as we can without it. I also like to play music during my sessions, but for today, we'll just kind of keep it quiet. If you have some music on in your house, go ahead and have that as background. That might be nice for you. We start with our feet on the floor to ground. So just like on our mat, we would be in child's pose. Here, it's the connection with the feet. So simple. I want you to grow your spine. I want you to take your shoulders up to your ears and then let them go down your back. Now through your feet, our feet are our foundation. Just want you to start tapping your toes. Just the toes. You can't see them very clearly here. Just imagine. But so your toes are going crazy, not your feet. Your feet are planted. And I want you to start noticing which muscles activate. Then start going for your whole tapping your toes. And then go faster. And faster and faster and faster. And then I want you to lift your heels. So we're just lifting our heels, which is going to turn on our calves. And now we're getting out of our head and into our feet and into our body. And go faster. And now we're going to alternate between toes and heels, toes and heels. Lifting your toes, lifting your heels. Back and forth. Keep going. Don't lose your posture. Have your shoulders down your back. And we'll go for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grow from your spine. Now reach up. reach way overhead. Look up. Feel a stretch through your spine. And then open your arms. Come back to hands in prayer. Again, breathe in. Look up. Open wide. Bring your hands to prayer. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Hands in prayer. Breathe in for 3. Exhale. Hands in prayer. And 2. Exhale. With a long exhale. 1 more. All the way back to hands in prayer. We'll start to work with our joints. So now you're in your wrist, you're in your fingers. And I'm going to come up a little closer on this one so you can really see. The hands are open, but we're going round and round and round. Now take it the other direction. Okay. Now you're going to close your hands and then again circle one direction. And the other direction. Now open your hands really wide. We're going to take one hand to the other. You're going to pull all 4 fingers back. So this is stretching a lot of your carpal extensors and flexors. Then we can open the thumb. And then to get the back side, drop your hand down. Come over, the fingers are facing opposite directions. You're going to drop the hand down to get that nice stretch for the back side, the dorsal side of your hand. Other side, we open the hand, pull the fingers back. Then the thumb. I do all of this like before I go play guitar. Or if you're sewing, if you're making masks for the community. Or perhaps you're into knitting. There's a whole lot of stuff. Or sitting at the computer and working all day long. Stretch the dorsal side. Stretch, stretch. So for all of your forearm extensors and flexors. Okay. Shake it out. Now, I want you to act like you have water in your hands and you're going to fling it out. And go faster, 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 faster. As fast as you can. I know. Crazy. Keep going. Faster and faster and faster. Keep going while I put my little earbud in. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And shake it all out. There's a lot of heat already in the body. These are so good to do. It's so easy. Big breath in. Reach up. Now look up. Now look back. Way back and grow your spine and lift from your heart and lift from your chest, open into cactus arms. We're going to bring our elbows to close and open. When you open, your elbows are behind your back, behind your head, as if you're together. And this is going to turn on some of your spinal muscles. So we're going to go in and out. While you're doing this, just listen. The back muscles that we want to activate are your supraspinatus, infraspinatus, your trapezius muscles, and even deeper, the rhomboid muscles. So we're going for 8. Breathe in 7, breathe out. Breathe in 6, breathe out. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take your fingertips to your shoulder tips. And you're going to bring your elbows to close. Lift your elbows way up, and then we're going to take them back down and release your arms. 4 more times like this before we add on. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Your exhale is like you're letting out little sips of air, but you're not in a hurry to get them out. Don't feel rushed. It's not a blowhorn. It's just a gentle out. And you exhale, it's like a neutralizing effect in your CNS system. So we lifted elbows. Now I want you to start going around, making big circles. Breath in, all the way into your elbows or way back. You're pinching your pencil before you exhale. Feel your chest start to open as your back muscles activate. Because they defacilitate. When we're hunched over our desk for too long, they can't keep up our head any longer, our neck. They get weary and they kind of get lazy. So it's a defacilitating of the muscles. It's important that we turn those back on before we can start opening our chest like you're doing right now for 4. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. And 2. Exhale. And 1. And on this exhale, open and extend your arm. Release your arm. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Drop them down. Now, shrug them up with a breath in. Let them out, breath out. The whole world drops off your shoulders. Roll the shoulders down your back. When we open up the front body, we're opening up pectoralis major. These are muscles that start at the clavicle and they insert right into the front of the arm. That anterior shoulder pain. This is often the culprit. We also have the pec muscles starting at our sternum, sternoclavicular pec, but they also insert into the arm. So when the arms are struggling to open wide, that's when you feel pain in your shoulder, it's probably your pectoralis major or minor. But here's something else. We're going to do one at a time. You also have these muscles underneath. So it's like we're talking about our armpits. I like to say axilla. And these muscles start on your ribs. And they line underneath or go underneath your axilla. They insert underneath our shoulder blades. It's like they're hiding underneath our wings in the back there. These are our accessory muscles. And so guys, if we're not stretching and opening the chest and the front and all of that, we're not breathing properly. Let's go the other direction. If you're not breathing properly, you're probably going to be more winded, not have as much energy, can't think, your brain goes into brain fog. So when that happens, let's do both back, open up, stretch, and stretch. 4 more here, 3, 2, and breathe with me all the way up. Open your arms wide, come back to hands in prayer. Okay. The other thing this spine likes to do is a lateral bend. So for here, if you hold your right wrist, sit up as tall as you can and grow. Plant your feet on the floor. If you have a block or a pillow or a shoe or a book, you can put that between your thighs, and that's going to encourage that your core muscles are working. In yoga, we call this mula bandha. So here we go. It's a side bend to your left, and you might look to your left, and you're creating some tone, a little bit of pull. These are all your anterior serratus muscles that get to lengthen. And when they lengthen, you are better able to use your diaphragm and get more air. Let's take the other side. Exhale. By the way, you notice I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. You can't really do this sitting nice and way back because we're calling on our own backs to be supported by our own selves. We're not relying on the chair. It's only for our booties. That's it. Good. All right, now let's go to the right again. Right wrist. Over to the left. Now add your lower arm. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So now it's really core. Notice how your thighs have to squeeze more, and your feet better be pressing in the ground, or you might just fall over. Keep it lifted. Yes, this is a stretch, but imagine here is also a lifting, like there's a big beach ball, and you're trying to get over the beach ball. Reach. Press your feet. Breathe in. All right, take your left wrist, squeeze the block, add the other arm. You look in the direction you're going. Press your left hip back down. I know, it wants to go too. And so we're really pulling in on our belly. We're squeezing the thighs, pressing the feet. Let's do one more breath. Breathe in. Hold it here. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out as you look up, as you look back. So this is your back bend. Hands in prayer. Okay, one more time. Breathe in. Right wrist up and over to the left. Squeeze your block. Add the lower arm. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, mountain pose. When you come up to the top, you're a mountain. Let's take the left wrist up, over to your right. Bring the other arm along. Hold, squeeze, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, mountain pose. Hands in prayer. Okay. One more for the spine. It also wants to rotate. So I'm going to drop my right arm down. And I'm going to twist to my right side. If you have a chair back, let the right arm reach and press against the chair. Sit tall. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're looking in the direction you're going. That's probably a good metaphor for life. Where are we going? Look in the direction you're going. And breathe out. One more. Exhale. Look way back, big twist. Drop in your right arm. Come up at the top. Let's go the other side. So you're going to drop your left arm. It's going to brush up against the chair. Your right arm and your left arm are fairly much in a line. Now, let's say this shoulder is really squeaking and cranking and it's just not happy. Here's the other way we can do it. I'm going to bend my elbow, and I'm going to just lead with my elbow. So I have a bent arm. I'm doing this. I'm still twisting. I'm just not using a full lever, right? So I call this the lawnmower starter arm, you know. Yeah. So either way, you're twisting. Okay? And wherever you are, we bring that arm back all the way up the top, hands in prayer. Now, let's get into some tap and cow. A side angle might be helpful here. You can keep your block, but you don't have to. So notice that the back is going to stay flat as you start to come forward. Your eyes are forward but lowered. So the chin tucks slightly into the chest, and it's like someone pushing your chin back and slightly down at the same time. Now, come into cat. With cat, we round the back. Chin into chest. Pull in your belly. So feel all those upper back muscles. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, traps, rhomboids are Christmas tree muscles. They are actually shaped up, going down to either side like a tree. Okay, now slinky forward, breathe in. This is your cow, because the cow says moo. All right, let's do that again. Lead with a flat spine. Exhale into cat. Pull your belly in, rolling the shoulders forward. Inhale, cow. Do it again. Exhale. So now we're going in a slow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. This is fairly robust breathing. We're doing this ujjayi breath. Sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. All the way from the back of the throat. And as you exhale through your nose, and it's nice and gentle. Last 4. Breathe in. Exhale. Now imagine your spine being rinsed out like a sponge. We're getting rid of the old blood, debris left over from your kidneys and liver. And if you don't have the most perfect diet, you're going to have a lot of residue there that needs to go. We replenish with fresh blood, fresh oxygen. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Hands in prayer. Okay. I'm going to stay with this side position for a moment. So back to the block, if you have one. Now this is really good core. I'm going to show you 2 different levels. The first level, so we're going to put our hands across our chest. We're going to lean forward, squeeze the block, squeeze the glutes, and then come back. So we'll do this again. Reach forward, flat spine. Head is forward. We're not looking down. We're having a flat spine from the neck all the way down to your tailbone. Okay? Arms are not working here. And come back. Now, you can continue with this one. This is a great core. The next level, more intensity. If you come up, squeeze, come down. Know where your chair is. I put mine on a mat. That kind of keeps it from rolling around too much. Come back down. Pick one of those 2. This is 8. 7. 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. 4. 3. Squeeze your thighs. 2. And 1. Okay? Getting a little heat generated. I love it when people say chair yoga. Oh, we just kind of sit there and breathe, don't we? This is chair yoga with posture in mind first. As a population of seniors, I would say 55 and older, but gosh, that's all across the board. We want to do every single thing we can to keep our posture because it also keeps our confidence up. Sorry for all the things that might be running across your screen. Anyway, so next thing we want to do is start working more of the joints in the legs because we create synovial fluid, it's our own pharmacy. We want to put it into our joints. Otherwise, it won't get there. And these joints get sticky. And that's why they crack and squeak and hurt. So we start with the ankle. You can rest your elbow in the chair. But don't just go. Now let's look at the toes. And spread the toes. Try to push that pinky toe away as you go around. And then don't do a little circle. Do a really big circle. So you stretch dorsal, lateral, plantar, each one as you go around. Now switch directions. Nice and wide movements. And there you go. Now do a point flex, point flex. And these I go pretty quickly, pretty rapid pace. And down you go. Other leg, around and around. Spread your toes. This made a huge difference for me. So perhaps you've ever had foot surgery. I had a toe joint replacement last June. And yes, it was a miracle. And so the flexibility, you know, anytime you have surgery, you get all that scar tissue, and of course there's just so much pain, you don't want to move. But one of the things I learned is if I could just stretch and pull these toes apart, go the other way. Even while you're sitting watching TV, you can manually pull your toes apart with your hands. Wash your hands real good, before and after. Point flex, point flex. So this is our own pharmacy we're using for our own well-being. I see a lot of clients with autoimmune disorders. Rheumatoid arthritis is a big one. Fibromyalgia. Gosh, what are some of the other ones? Those are the two that stand out right this second. And go. And so we're always thinking, what can we do to maintain movement? So right knee is bent. Now this one, to move the joint, to move the knee joint, we bicycle. So my sister took one of my classes and she said, you know, that was a little fast for me. Well, she had a knee replacement in November. And so, yeah, that could be a little fast. So I have learned to say, please choose a pace that is conducive for you, not me. Do notice I'm flexing my foot. If you don't flex it and go, and then try flexing it and go, I want you to feel at that point when you're horizontal and you come back down, this is where you're really powering up. And you might feel this all the way up here. All of our hip flexors turn on. But concentrate on still using your core, belly to spine. Rest. Left leg. We bend and circle or and cycle. I am seeing a lot more people on their bikes again, which is refreshing. Just please wear your helmet. So we've got a flat foot. How do we breathe when we do this? It depends how fast you're going. But I'll say typically the rule is as you raise something, a knee in this case, you breathe in. As you lower the leg, you breathe out. But if I'm going really fast, I'm probably going to breathe every other cycle. So you don't want it too crazy fast. Our intention with yoga is not to be aerobic, although sometimes you will get some aerobic benefits. Rest. It's to warm up the body, to heat up the body, to get out of the brain into the body, to dispel our thoughts for a minute so we can just be present. Okay? So it's very simple, very intentional, and extremely important for sanity. All right. The next joint is our hip joint. For this, you can bring your hands underneath, or you can bring them on top, or you can have no hands at all. But we want to, first we want to actually pull the knee in, so let's just stay there for a minute. When we bring the right knee into the chest, this is actually a massage for your ascending colon. I read an article that constipation is actually more prevalent right now because we don't have to walk across the parking lot to this and that building. We're not going up a flight of stairs. We're just going from the kitchen to the living room. Maybe, depending on who you are, what you're doing with your life. So this digestive system really requires our manual help. So here you are pressing into your ascending colon, which is moving things along. Whatever you had for breakfast, it's moving it and sending it to its post where it needs to work. And when we open the knee wide, we can go in a full circle where the femur inserts into, it's called the acetabulum, which also means vinegar cup, but I like to think of it as its little house. That little house, that joint, really needs to be lubricated, almost like WD-40. You put it in a sticky door, and what do? You put it in the door, you squirt, and then you need to move the door around to really drive it all the way into these spaces. Same thing. 2 more. 1, and then let's go the other direction. Try not to shortcut. Try to do as big a circle as you're able. Your thigh will probably run into the side post of your chair if you've got one. 2 more. 1, and rest. Okay, let's get the other leg. First, we're just going to hold and squeeze. This is your descending colon. With your descending colon, let's say you've eaten, the food goes to work. We're going to travel across the transverse colon, and then the body decides what to keep and what needs to be eliminated. The residue, the debris, needs to go, and we're helping it to go. Yeah. And so there we are. And we're going to open the knee, and we're still pulling upwards. Your left foot is grounded. It's not going anywhere. Start to make the circle. Some of my clients say, Dayna, my arms aren't long enough to do this comfortably. Try one arm. I usually will do it just right there. Embrace the clicking, the cracking, whatever you hear. I had one client, she's so dear, she's at Brookdale Assisted Living. She said, can I have some butter to go with all my popcorn? Like, what? Oh my goodness. I love it. It is good and important that we have a sense of humor about ourselves and our health. Because we got what we got, so we want to do what we can with what we got, right? Let's go the other direction. You might hear a few clicks and such. It's okay. If you've had a hip replacement, ask your doctor, what is your range of motion limited to? So there might be a thing or two that we do that you may want to back away from. Depends how long ago the surgery was. So I'm going to introduce you to one of these things now. Now here is lovely time to have a pillow or a block. So the warrior positions are wonderful, fabulous for grounding, but they're also a lovely stretch for the hip. We're always in hip flexion. What I'm going to do now, so we're sliding over to the right. I'm opening my legs. The left leg actually goes back. The right knee is forward. And I'm facing forward, but I'm resting my knee on a block. So see how that feels. This should be a lovely stretch. The muscles from here to here, it's actually against your spine. That's your psoas. So you're going to feel some opening. You might get some in the rectus femoris, but it might be a little more inside. There's a whole group of muscles there. You might even feel a little bit of opening on your backside. So what we do is we can create a little bit more intense here by just driving one arm up, right arm, in order to get space underneath. If you still feel safe, try adding the second arm and shift your hips slightly to the left or counterclockwise. If that's still feeling okay, the full warrior 2 is when you open those arms. Now here, I'm going to give you 2 options. There's your broken wing technique. I'm still getting a big stretch through the front, through the pecs, or a full extension. Okay? You have to know what's right for you. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to reverse. We're going to drop the right hand. You can hold on to the chair, and then the left arm comes way up. You're in reverse warrior. Make sure the hips are still planted to the left, so your left hip crease goes back a notch. Your right hip crease goes forward a notch. Warrior 2. All right, you want to try extended side bend. We can bring our hand to our thigh or elbow to thigh, or you can hold on to the chair. So I'm going to let you decide. And here we go with the arm again. The first way, we do our broken technique, our broken wing, and we lift, drop your head, and lift, lift, lift. Plenty of amazing stretching. The other way, you can go 2 ways here. You can come forward and reach the sky, or you can go back and reach the sky. Some people, they try this, and there is becoming blocks your movement, and that's for a lot of other reasons too. So you can go forward. Same thing. You end up in the same outcome. Okay. Let's reverse again. Reverse your warrior. Hold on to the chair with your right hand. You're looking up. Left hip pivots back. Right hip pivots forward. So it's counterclockwise. Big breath in as you reach. Exhale, extended side bend. You pick your way. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. You can actually even go further, but don't go crazy. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Return to warrior 2. Exhale. Let go. Walk your knees to the front, to the other side. Scoot your block. We're going to do the same setup. You're sitting on the edge of your seat. Okay. You're facing the left wall. I've got my back foot flexed. I'm actually stretching the toes. My front, I am pointing my toes because my feet are kind of short here. You can also put another block under that foot. That would be fine. All right. So we're going to try this again. The right arm's pretty fine. The left arm, you can do that broken wing technique. That's 1. We go forward and back. That's 2. We can go back. That's 3. Respect your arms, respect your joints. This elbow I broke twice as a little kid, so it looks a little freaky. Don't let it scare you. Ready? We're going to inhale, reverse, warrior. Right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. You're looking up, you're holding onto your chair. Drop that left shoulder, get it out of your ears. Warrior 2. Exhale, extended side bend. And again, how are you going to get there? Broken wing. Reaching forward and up. Reaching back and up. you're going to choose. But huge stretch. So here we are. Serratus anterior muscles. They start right here in your ribs. They go underneath you, and then they go upwards into the scapula, but underneath, so you can't see them. They're covered up by the scapula. They're covered up by your trap, by your supraspinatus, and your infraspinatus. But they all work together. Notice, I wish someone had told me this back when I just thought it was so fascinating. All these things all go in different directions. And that's why you can't just do like a general massage or a one stretch fits all. You actually want to experiment, get all of them. So it just requires a little bit more deep knowledge. I do some hands-on, a little bit of Thai massage with some of my privates. And I actually have a new tool called the Liberator. It almost looks like a power drill. It's amazing. But it works. It really works to disturb, distract from tight muscles, which are trigger points. Just really gets in there and breaks them up. It's amazing. But it's not really breaking them up. That's not the right word. I tell you what, it works wonders, wonders. So let's do this. Reverse. Hold on to the chair. Right hip back. Relax that arm. Look up, way up. Extended side bend. You pick the way you're going to go. You can also raise your gaze. Breath in. Return. Warrior 2. And relax. Okay. Bring your right knee in. Come around to the front. And sit on the edge of your chair. Now that was some good extension work, so we want to play with that a little bit. Remember your cats and cows. Hands on your thighs, coming down with a flat spine. Coming into cat around your spine. Press into your thighs, pull your belly up. Breathe in, cow. Exhale. Cat. I breathed out of my mouth that time, which is okay. And also just to show you a different way of breath. Breathe in, cow. Exhale, cat. One more, cow. All the way up. Let your shoulders roll down your back. Think about all the joints we've already reached. All right, there is the stubborn neck. So this is a nice one to kind of round out. So if we reach open, not just to the side, but even back a little bit, notice how that feels. We're going to lower the left arm to the chair. It's probably a good idea. Right arm goes overhead, way over. I'm going to pick up my left ear and carry it to my right. So this left arm is putting some stretch, some pull. We're going in opposing directions. Yes, so you will feel this. We start with a lateral bend. Be careful, don't lose your posture. And it's like you're going to take a walk around the block. So the hand starts to go further back. And as it does so, you're going to drop your eyes. And now you're looking towards your right knee. So it's a lateral bend with a slight forward head tilt. This is a good time to maybe just close your eyes. Really just allowing the exhale to go. And then you walk a little further back. Drop your head more. So now you're looking, the top of your thigh, slightly inside. We're moving around to catch different muscles. So right now we're in the scaling. Did you know that your traps come up over your shoulder and some of the fibers actually go right up into your jaw, your mastoid? So there is a 100% correlation between migraines and trap dysfunction. I love knowing that because that means there's something we can work on besides the pill. Okay, so just keep that thought a positive thing. Take a breath. You're getting farther back. So now you're going to look between your legs. We're going to add the left hand as your helper, intertwining those hands, lifting up your spine. Let the elbows drop forward. You're going to have a tiny bit of pressure into your hands. The forearms, the elbows are leaning forward. You're pushing back. That creates traction. Breathe in. Begin to open your wings. Really open them. Not big a cat. I really got. Oh, pretty good. One more side. Breathe in. Mountain pose. Drop the right arm. Might find the chair. Come up and over. It's a straight lateral bend. Find your right ear. Lift. Carry it towards the left shoulder. Let this arm relax, but let it be weighted. That's why I like holding on to the chair. And when you breathe out with the intention of resetting your CNS system. Right now, many of you might be in kind of like a high idle position, revving up your engine and you're not going anywhere, you're in park. That's kind of like anxiety. And we have an anxiety-ridden world. But every time you are breathing out, you're going back to parasympathetic state. You're resetting your whole system. Let's take the walk around the block. Eyes to knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. A little bit further back. Exhale. Maybe you're right in the middle. So eyes are looking straight down. Those hands intertwine. You're lifting up. Take your thumbs, run them up your neck. Notice how your spine grows as well. Keep the spine tall. Press your head back into your hands. Drop your elbows forward. Hold your navel in. Breathe in. Breathe out. So the elbows do drop forward, but as you breathe in, put a little more resistance. I kind of like to think of this as your car seat in your car. Let me say that better. Your headrest in your seat in your car. So it's like you're trying to And then we're going to breathe in, emerging butterfly. The elbows open, the chest open. Keep your spine tall. Careful, not too much weight back. We're just lifting, lifting, lifting. Oh, here it is. Big yawn. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretch open your hands. Stretch open your palms. Relax. Breathe in, mountain pose. Exhale, extension. Press your sit bones down. Pull your belly in. Squeeze your glutes. Hands in prayer. Now here we're just going to be kind of workless. You're going to put your elbows kind of resting in your thighs. Just start to draw down. We do this naturally when we have a really bad stomach ache or nausea because we're getting rid of all the stimulation. And you know, we have more serotonin receptors in our gut than we do in our head, which is why when we are anxious or fearful, our stomachs feel really, really bad. Direct correlation. Bring your hands to your thighs. Bring your chin into your chest. Slowly roll up. And let your shoulders go down your back. I want to share one thing before we close with Shavasana. I've been teaching these chair yoga classes at the nursing homes, and of course we had to let them go, you know, for safety. And so then I was teaching them virtual, and they were showing them. But because of the Wi-Fi irregularities, people get a little skittish about that. And so what I will be doing soon, and I'll be happy to pass on this to our website, is I'm going to record 2 chair classes at the beginning of the week. That are available on my website. You just prepay, and you can use them whenever you want. One is all in a chair. One is I'll use the chair, but I'll come around the chair and lean and do some leg lifts and balance work and all of that. So anyway, you might be looking for that on my website. It's coming up pretty soon. For now, let's rest the hands and the thighs. Let your feet be grounded. Touch your index fingers to your thumb. Sit tall. Set an intention for your day, for the rest of this day. How do you choose to proceed your day? We know we can't change what is happening around us, but we can choose how we respond. Set that intention as a group with that group energy, that yoga love. We call it Sangha or yoga community. And then also, you might enjoy the thought that we're all being put in a little more isolation. But what do we do when we're really stressed out, when too much is going on? We go on retreat to get away from it all. So perhaps you can imagine some of this as mini retreats where we go inside ourselves. The yogis, this is 5,000 years old information, called this Svadhyaya. It's self-study. It's going inside, finding out what we're about with all of the distractions gone. Just us in our chair, or just us on our mat. Bringing your hands together at heart center, thumbs to heart center. We breathe in life. We breathe out fear. We breathe in love. We breathe out hate. We breathe in light. Each of us having our own unique light manifested in different ways. We ask the light to meet, love, and shine on the light within you. Thank you so much for trying this and sharing this time with me this morning. Happy Monday. Namaste.
Thank you, Dayna. Clap. Everybody.
so much. Have a wonderful day. So I see that Cindy, I think she's coming back.
I'm back. I'm looking to see if we have any chat questions. I don't see any questions in the chat, but Dayna, could people send you an email if they have a question, or how could they find out more about your programs that you're going to be offering?
Oh, feel free to reach out. Text me, 512-914-4870. Email me yogabyDayna@gmail. I really would love to hear what you're thinking, what you're needing. How can I help the community better?
Dayna,
Excellent.
is it 914-4870?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat for everyone.
All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you next Monday. Next Monday, we're going to be talking about 55 plus living communities and what's going on with those communities, what's available in our community. And we have a huge panel. There's 5 or 6 of us that are going to be on the panel. So we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Thanks again, Dayna. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Dayna.
Bye.